Jimmy Hyams wrote the column, and he's at the U.S. Open. So we're going to discuss it, but he can't defend himself. So go easy on Jimmy. He's a Hall of Famer, for goodness sake. You will. Okay.
I'm always nice to Jimmy Hyams.
Absolutely. All right. I remember one time, I think it was one of the greatest compliments I've gotten about Off the Hook Sports is when Caleb said, you've kind of put together everybody I read when I grew up. So I do have Jeff Calkins' number from Memphis. Maybe I can run him down at one point. Coop, what should people do when it comes to 4 downs?
Cooper Mays here. Hit like and subscribe.
Boom. Phil says, get Medicare Misty to sign Keenan Billy and John Campbell to NIL. Pretty good stuff. All right. First down, Coop.
Coop here. First down.
All right. Let's talk defensive line. What did Jimmy have to say about Tennessee's defensive line? Because he was countering the argument that Josh Heupel has made that this is his deepest, best roster compared to 2022. And Jimmy and I have talked about that. He doesn't agree. So what were his thoughts on the defensive line in particular?
So to be fair, because Jimmy Hyams was specifically comparing 2024 to 2022. And I will say he didn't even, he straight up conceded the defensive line is the one clear advantage over 2022. And he talked about how they can go 10 deep with quality players like James Pierce, Amari Thomas, Omar Norman-Lott, Joshua Josephs, and Elijah Simmons. And so Jimmy Hyams, to his credit, is saying like he caved on that one. He's like, yeah, I got no argument. Defensive line is better. And by the way, even if you separated defensive line and edge rushers, both are better.
Okay. Where would you most want to be good on defense? To me, it's not even close. It's the defensive line.
It's absolutely the defensive line. I mean, I can tell you this as a Titans fan, when Albert Haynesworth was on the Titans, no one talks about how one amazing defensive tackle can literally change your whole defense, right? It's insane.
Agreed. Have you seen the Steve McNair doc, by the way?
I did. It's another one of those Netflix docs. Like they branded it as the scandal, and
there's no scandal.
I knew his whole football story.
Here we go.
Cooper Mays here. Second down.
Linebackers, is Tennessee better in 2022?
This is where I break with Jimmy. And I break with Jimmy hard, but I will say I break with Jimmy hard because of my projections, and he's going based on what's proven. But he says the linebacker comparison is close, with 2022 led by Aaron Beasley and Jeremy Banks, while this year the Vols have unproven but experienced Keenan Peely and Arian Carter. I think what we know about Aaron Beasley and Jeremy Banks pushes the linebacker core this year better. One, Aaron Beasley was out of position because Jeremy Banks was limited in coverage. Jeremy Banks could stop the run. He was horrible in coverage, and he was a horrible teammate. So threefold. Aaron Beasley was forced out of position to cover for Jeremy Banks not being able to play that role. So they both were out of position and struggling. Keenan Peely is perfectly in position as Mike linebacker. And Arian Carter, I think, is a rising superstar as outside linebacker. So I don't think this is close. I think linebacker's way better.
Okay. Do I get sane Jeremy Banks? Like not having the South Carolina blow up? Or are we just talking about purely a football player headed into the season? Or am I
I'll give you sane Jeremy Banks. I'd still take this unit better easily, not even questions.
Okay. I would too. However, I'm not as sold as you because I worry about the depth. So, but they didn't really have depth in 2022. So
Jeremy Banks missed a game and they gave up a touchdown every drive. So
I don't feel as strongly about it as you, but I do feel like this is a better group I would rather have going into the season. By the way, Tennessee linebacker coach William, how do we pronounce his name?
Inge. I think.
Okay, I've heard Inge. But anyway, he said something about Keenan Peely yesterday that changed my thoughts on him, that he could be very good from sideline to sideline. I kind of had him as a Mike Singletary type that's just going to play in the box. But if he has that type of quickness, and we don't know, that would be pretty incredible. All right, what downs next, Coop?
Tennessee center Cooper Mays here. Third down.
Secondary.
All right, so I'm going to cite what Jimmy said, and he said that the 2022 secondary and this year's defensive backs are about even. I'm sorry. I'm going to be fair. I think the reason he says that is because the 2022 secondary was just god-awful, And this year we know nothing about it. So at worst, they're god awful. But I mean, I think that because 2022 was so bad, I think 2024 is better. I think 2024 is going to be better. And I just want to break this down real quick. Let's just go. Can we just go position by position of the 5 spots in the secondary from them to now?
You can. And it's brought to you by Don Self. Don Self State Farm, the greater Chattanooga area. Call 423-396-2126 or go to donself.net, donself.net for all of your insurance needs. He gets the claims paid. I know everybody wants to save $1, but donself.net, customer service still matters. Go ahead, Caleb.
All right, so looking at safety. That year they had Jalen McCullough and Trey Flowers. However, Jalen McCullough was dealing with a very personal issue at that time. Not really his fault. And was dealing with a legal issue that distracted him the second half of the season in 2022. This year, you have at safety, you have Andre Turntine, Jacoby Thomas, Christian Charles. I could give him with those, maybe with Jordan Thomas out the secondary, the safety position might be a wash, right? Even though I think Jacoby Thomas is better than everybody we just named.
No, I can go there.
Okay, now cornerbacks. Warren Burrell, and then Christian Charles or Kamal Hadden splitting. And keep in mind, this was not 2023 Kamal Hadden. 2022 Kamal Hadden was not that good, guys. Whereas this year, you're talking Ricky Gibson III, Jermon McCoy, Jalen McMurray, and my mind is just drawing a blank. There's another one on the list, Jordan Matthews. I think cornerback is just insanely better this year than 2022. Leaps and bounds, even with Kamal Hadden on the 2022 team.
I'm going to say I don't know as well, but I think they will be. And they were god awful, like you said, in 2022. So my goodness, shouldn't they be? You're not going to hear Jermon McCoy's name a lot about midseason because he's going to be that good where people are going to throw away from him.
And if they throw away, they have to throw to Ricky Gibson, who is also that good.
Well, we'll see. I still want to see Ricky, but I think McCoy is. I start getting from Tennessee's program different little notes here and there that I want to pass along. McCoy's going to be very, very good. I haven't heard the same about Ricky Gibson. You might be right, but I think McCoy, I'm going to go ahead and go on record, is that he's going to be very good.
Well, I was high on that because McCoy was a freshman All-American. So, but moving real quick before I get out of here with the secondary, the star position. It was Tamarian McDonald, and this is the biggest increase, the biggest improvement. Tamarian McDonald in 2022, Christian Harrison or Boo Carter in 2024.
Oh, well, I think Boo's going to be really, really good.
Boo's going to be amazing, and I think Christian Harrison would be better than Tamarian McDonald too, by the way.
Well, those guys have put in the work. We'll get to fourth down in the final verdict, and it's brought to you by Work Trucks, all about trucks that are actually available, trucks that help you maximize your profits by having the right work vehicle. Time is money. The perfect work vehicle doesn't break down, has all the space to carry what you need. That's what Work Trucks is intent on offering, while other dealerships just can't do it. Contracting is all about time. Work Trucks saves you time, less back and forth trips, and trucks that pass the highest standards to be put to work. Process is also quick and easy when choosing a vehicle for Work Trucks. Contractors, listen to me. Cargo vans, utility bodies with an app-hide work bodies installed, pickup trucks of all sizes, and anything special like cranes or dump trucks. Work Trucks supplies vehicles to people just like you and get you back on the road. No dealership runaround. If you're a contractor, you need to know about Work Trucks, and that's a fact. Service industry, remember Work Trucks. With an X, Work Trucks carries the trucks that your business has to have. You need Work Trucks. Clinton Highway in Knoxville and in downtown Birmingham. For the entire inventory, go online to worktrucksllc.com. It's Work Trucks with an X, LLC.com. Don't risk chancing your future in business the wrong piece of equipment. Work Trucks, proud supporters of the Vols. Find the perfect truck, outfit it, and make sure it fits you to a T.
All SEC center Cooper Mays here. Fourth down.
Final verdict, this defense is better, same, or worse than 2022.
Insanely better. Like by a long shot.
Okay. I agree with you, but what aside from injuries could prevent it from being that? That's what I want to ask you in just 2 minutes. So hang tight with me, guys, because coming up,
let's answer this before the 2 minutes.
You answer. Okay, fine. And we'll have 5 balls to watch against Chattanooga. Go ahead. What's your answer?
So I would say the one thing that could prevent it would be we don't necessarily know about the attitudes of a lot of these guys because they're young. Could Boo Carter get in trouble? Could Jamal McCoy get in trouble? Could I'm not calling anybody
James
out,
Pierce
but there's a bunch of new
Has
guys.
gotten in trouble.
James Pierce has gotten in trouble. That's going to be the question. Yes, Jalen McCullough got in trouble. Wasn't his fault. Never should have been indicted. It's absolutely ridiculous that he had to plead guilty to a misdemeanor. Guys, vote out the Knox County DA. There, I said it. But anyways, she has been bringing charges. She's been bringing trumped up charges to Tennessee athletes for 10 years who have been innocent. So that's the only thing I would say. Jeremy Banks was a character problem in 2022. You don't think there were any in 2024, but you don't know.